Hey guys, it's Zenith Darksky here with another episode of Darksky Game News, and today we have a couple of big things to hit on today, so we're just gonna get right into it. But really quickly before I do that, I want to let you guys know, I know last week I didn't do a game news videos per se. It was a little bit different, and I think that's the style I'm gonna go with more often, is videos that focus on the bigger stories, so that I can do a little bit of investigation in there and do my own math, I guess, in a way, and figure some stuff out with it. Either way, we're gonna get right into this. First of all, today we have the legendary Overwatch director Jeff Kaplan has officially announced his departure from Blizzard with this letter to his fans, and I'll read it to you. Greetings, Overwatch community. I am leaving Blizzard Entertainment after 19 amazing years. It was truly the honor of a lifetime to have the opportunity to create worlds and heroes for such a passionate audience. I want to express my deepest appreciation to everyone at Blizzard who supported our games teams, and our players. But I want to say a special thanks to the wonderful game developers that shared in the journey of creation with me. Never accept the world as it appears to be. Always dare to see it for what it could be. I hope you do the same. GG, Jeffrey Kaplan. Kind of emotional. This makes yet another employee to leave Blizzard. In recent years, a plethora of Blizzard employees have left the company, usually with positive letters saying things such as, "My time here was great, but it's just time to leave," or "It's just time for me to move on." But let's face it, after Blizzard's past few controversies, including banning a Hearthstone competitive player for expressing his political beliefs, the whole "don't you guys have phones" fiasco, Warcraft 3 remake, do I need to go on? Because I could. It's clear that Blizzard's golden period is past, especially with Riot attempting to compete at a much closer level, such as Valorant for Overwatch, Legends of Runeterra for Hearthstone, and now they're even developing an MMO, a fighting game, several single-player experiences. Again, do I need to go on? Because I could. So many developers, artists, employees have left Blizzard, and many of them have now been taken into Dreamhaven that has 2 studios under it, Moonshot and Secret Door. While we have no confirmation on their current projects yet, it's reasonable to believe that one of those studios is most likely doing an MMO. So if someone wanted to bring up potential WoW killers, this would be the time. It wouldn't surprise me if Jeff leaves the company and heads over to one of those Dreamhaven studios, but we'll see what happens there. Either way, here's what could be in the future. You never know, maybe we'll see a new take on Titan, the canceled FPS that turned into Overwatch, after all. In more Activision Blizzard drama, it was recently discovered that Toys for Bob, the studio that did the Spyro remakes and new Crash Bandicoot game, have been moved over to support Warzone. So now that makes, let me check here, yeah, pretty much every Activision studio working on Warzone. Now, don't get me wrong, I'm sure Warzone brings in plenty of money to Activision, but with Sledgehammer working and reportedly struggling with the new Call of Duty mainline entry, it's really no surprise at their move. Having said that, it makes me incredibly worried we won't see any other Spyro or Crash entries, which have had me super excited since we first saw the remakes, personally. Now, we need to keep in mind that Vicarious Visions was also recently absorbed as well, so maybe there's hope or not. I'm also not going to pretend a studio will only exclusively work on one title at a time, but it just really worries me since many of these Activision studios that support Warzone primarily, or at least as far as we know. I don't know though, I'm keeping hope alive for a new Spyro, that's just me. Lastly, for today, we have Battlefield news. There's been a leak after leak after leak of the new Battlefield entry, but no huge confirmations or too much yet. First thing we're going to talk about here are reports that the team working on Battlefield 6 is the biggest team in Battlefield's development history, apparently. According to a recent update from DICE general manager, he claims that Battlefield 6 is being developed not only by DICE, but also with the help of EA Gothenburg, Criterion, and DICE LA. One quote from the general manager has him saying, "Massive battles packed with more players and mayhem than ever before." Now that's where we get really interesting in terms of things that could confirm some of the leaks. As he says, packed with more players. This is in line with a recent leak saying that the game is going to feature 128 player battles. And if that leak is true, or at least holds some merit because of confirmation here from the director, the same leak also goes on to say a few other interesting things. One of those things is a claim that the new game will feature older Battlefield maps to return, such as Wake Island, Metro, Locker, all great maps. That part of the leak is true. That could confirm that the new entry will be a modern setting. The leak also claims that this new Battlefield game will have a new Battle Royale mode. But it goes on to say that they're not sure if it will be free to play or only available with the purchase of the game. We'll talk more about my Battle Royale in a moment because you know I love it. But for now, let's get to something more interesting. Part of this recent leak that does claim something that I have my doubts about. And that is that the game will be a hub in a way for potentially all previous game entries in the Battlefield series. Here's the exact quote from the Reddit post so you guys get the gist of it. Essentially, the game, no official title yet, is going to be a hub for most, if not all, previous Battlefield titles. You will be able to boot up servers playing exclusively 1942, or even have the option to play with settings so one team has access to 1942 weapons and vehicles, and the other team has access to Battlefield 3 weapons and vehicles. An example given was teams fighting Panzers versus M1 Abrams. Additionally, these settings include core gameplay mechanics, such as not being able to sprint with 1942 settings and not being able to go prone with bad company settings. And I'm not sure how this affects balancing issues. Now, this is a leak that is extremely unlikely to me, but it could be something interesting if it turns out to be true. I would venture as far to say that if it is true, this may be a feature we see DICE take out before the game releases. Otherwise, this game could be the end-all be-all Battlefield game, and future games would come out as expansions of sorts for this game instead of wholly new experiences. And it's interesting to think about for sure. But let's step back and talk about the Battle Royale though, because the last Battlefield entry toyed with the idea of Battle Royale with the Firestorm mode, but was barely supported and died off fairly quick. But it wasn't a bad mode, really, at all. I actually enjoyed it. I played like one good game of it. And I did like it though. Along with the rumors of new Battle Royale in Battlefield, we also have some interesting takes from content creators who potentially have gotten to play the new Battle Royale mode. TSM Vis tweeted, "Calling it right now, Battlefield will produce the next big BR. It'll be the best Battle Royale to date." And Dr. Disrespect, meanwhile, has countless clips and videos reacting to this, or other things where he seems to have played it, and while he seems to tiptoe around it, he does hint often that it's going to be potentially one of the best BRs available. Here's hoping we'll see a Warzone killer soon, because God, I hope so. Either way, we'll move on to games coming out this week. That's it for the big news stories this week, but we'll move on to the games coming out. Tuesday, May 4th, we have, and I don't want to butcher this name, but Serge the Beginning coming to PC. The Colonist coming to PlayStation 4, Xbox One, and Switch. Thursday, May 6th, we have Skate City coming to PlayStation 5, Xbox Series X and S, PlayStation 4, Xbox One, Switch, and PC. And then Friday, May 7th, we have Resident Evil Village coming to PlayStation 5, Xbox Series X and S, PlayStation 4, Xbox One, and PC. Thank you guys for watching. I appreciate it. If you were a big fan of any of the stories you heard today or the games coming out this week, be sure to hit that like button to help me out with the algorithm. Comment down below on what your favorite story of this week was, or if you have any more details or questions potentially about any of these stories, share it around so your friends can get the latest in gaming news. Be sure to hit that sub button so you get notifications of when any of my videos go live, whether it's a reaction, a review, or another news video. Thank you guys so much for watching. I do appreciate it. I'm Zenith Darksky. Good gaming.